piece of ground.
There's a variety.
And I have either the engineer.
They're all, I think, I don't know, I just told him to put them in there.
Stabilize the sinkhole.
Well, he might,
Go back to sir. Where'd you find this in for yourself, Jim?
I just want my building called asphalt.
I mean, is he a sinkhole specialist or what?
Just hired to dig, Mike.
Oh, they
They
hired
for
you.
me, it's work, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Civil engineers do a thing, you know.
oh, right.
Might need that.
Well, years and years ago, I called one of, from like the extension office, they had like this engineer who comes in there like once a week or something. I don't remember who it was. Called him up to the house, they had a sinkhole, it was probably 10 years ago. They referred to him as the sinkhole specialist, and he'd be in next Tuesday. So then I talked to him, he said, yeah, right, I'll look at it. He goes, well, yeah, it's a sinkhole. I said, yeah, I know. And he said, I said, well, what do you think the best way is to keep it from spreading? Oh, well, these things are a mystery. I guess you could just dig it out bigger, put some rock in it. And I said, okay. I said, is that gonna fix it? He goes, I don't know, it's hard to say, but that's where he said, I don't know. I was like, I thought you was a specialist.
Yeah.
You know, the farm way of fixing them, dig them out till you actually find the hole, the grass hole is not the actual hole. You know, hole.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be,
And cut a stump, flip it upside down, and walk it in there.
that's
That's the farm way of fixing it, it'll hold.
it's like
For a long
corking the
time.
champagne bottle, huh?
That's right. Just like it, sounds good.
Cut a stump and walk it in.
But I was told if you
Upside
fill
down.
in one sinkhole, get ready, you're probably gonna pop up somewhere.
Now, every sinkhole's different, but
I mean, and that's through the guy that works for the soil conservation office.
My mom
In Franklin.
bought a place out in Bullitt County, and it's about 20 acres, and there was a farm next door, they had a sinkhole so big that they dumped a school bus in it.
yeah.
That's a big one.
We had one on the farm, we dumped old plastic where we gas tobacco beds with, and 5-gallon plastic cans and everything, just when that thing was about 30 around. Every year it'd go down about 3 feet.
Yeah.
Keep piling, I don't know where it went.
I'm sure.
I lost my crap.
I'm sure it all got cleaned up.
The one that's got.
So
I was pushing one and get, a few later, and all of a sudden one just go whoop, fall out of it.
You're on, Jim, it's green. I see it.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
now
all-
you're off. No, you just turned it off.
Oh, up on top.
There you go. All right, we'll go ahead and get the call meeting to order. If you would, join me in a word prayer if you like, and then we'll say a pledge. Dear Lord, thank you for this day, and thank you for the opportunity we have to come together and do the county's business. Give us the wisdom and guidance as we go forward and be with those during this holiday season that have needs and less fortunate than us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Say, salute the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, if you would, call the roll, please.
Squire Stump.
Here.
Squire Ferris.
Here.
Squire Eldridge.
Here.
Judge Travis.
Here.
Squire Travis.
Here.
Squire Cotter.
Here.
All right, thank you. We have 4 items on the agenda of the special call meeting today. First item is propane. I know we've had some discussions this week, and I think we're going to change the tank out and let Bennett's put a tank there behind the courthouse. And then I haven't had time to have any discussions about this tank here, but if we want to go ahead and make a motion to accept the Bennett's at 209, and, with the intent of even changing this tank here.
Well, I mean, I think we ought to, I'll make that motion, but I think we ought to leave that
Yeah.
about it.
I guess what I was meaning in this
He's on
motion
the one
is,
behind the courthouse.
no, this one, because I think behind the courthouse, we're gonna take care of that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna move that out.
Yeah, we'll get Greenville to take.
But I think we said we was gonna buy that buried one here, didn't we?
Well, but I haven't had time to negotiate with them on it, but if you wanna put in the motion to go with the Bennett's bid for 1 year, and with the intent of having all tanks changed, which we work on getting this one either bought or something. Worst case
Well, it's not
scenario
practical
is,
to change it, is it?
what's that?
It's not practical to change that one, is it?
Well, they would come and dig it up, and then we'd have to set tanks away from the building like where that sheriff's truck is, or we'd have to have little tanks, or they can sell us that tank. I mean, there'd be options.
They're not gonna come dig it up, that's what I was thinking.
Well, yeah.
If they come and dig it up, they'll put another tank in.
Yeah.
Well,
All you need is 10 foot for an underground tank. So if they won't come dig it up, we'll put our tank right back in the hole.
Yeah.
if we have, we'll buy a tank from Bennett's, or
Whoever we want, I want from about $5,500, but.
is what a tank costs.
Yeah.
Will Bennett's carry,
Yeah.
will Bennett's carry gas tank anymore?
They'll drop it in the hole and our county guys can do it. All we gotta have is 3 tons of sand and magnesium bag
But
and
is it their tank or is it our tank?
we would purchase a tank from them. But you can lease an underground tank, but I think if we do that, we should just buy our own. If the court would agree, but.
Y'all can put all that into one motion if you like.
If you lease a tank though, all my tanks are underground, so it's a one-time charge, it was minimal, I think it was $50 or $100 or something, and then that's it, you never pay for it again. But,
Yeah, but if we buy it and someone ever comes through and says, hey, I'll sell you guys for $1 for me, we can say that.
Yeah, well, I think that we should, first see what they'll sell us the tank that's already in there for. And if it's reasonable, just buy the one that's in there, because,
Well, I mean, and we can have that in the motion.
yeah.
I haven't been able to get that this week yet.
I make a motion to contract with Bennett's Gas for propane for 1 year. I'm gonna leave that out about that tank till we decide on it.
What's that?
There's our,
Is it?
Yeah, all right.
Well,
Oh, sorry, well, second.
Well, of course, we didn't get a second, so, but what was your motion?
Same thing, just to go with Bennett's.
Go with Bennett's? Okay, all right.
It's all the tanks out except for this one.
Well, do you want to leave the tank?
I'm just
part
gonna
out?
leave that part alone until we decide exactly what we want.
And we'll work it out. You good with that?
Yeah.
All right, we have a motion by Zach, seconded by Mike, to go with Bennett's on providing our propane needs. Any other discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes.
Sorry, Zach, didn't mean to walk on that.
We'll go work on that. County equipment, we've got 2 things we need to discuss on county equipment. We've got 3 backhoe bids that we need to have an open them, they're laying right here. And then the next is that we need to decide on the equipment that we're selling. We want to have a reserve on, mostly the backhoe. So we didn't actually decide, and I know we had some ideas, but then we may not even need to decide an exact amount.
Well, let's open these and then decide.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
That'll help your decision.
we'll just open them up and then we'll read them to the court.
Hey, we need to get certain.
I don't think they put all kinds of tape on this one.
Scott's got some kind of cardboard.
It's got like a piece of bologna.
Oh, you're supposed to pull that tab on the side and supposed to
Oh,
open
okay,
it.
I got you. I don't read instructions sometimes.
Man, that's a fancy thing there.
We're just more sending all that for what they charge for a machine. I'm assuming that's cat.
We just opened the bid, Zach. Each of us just opened one. I'll start out. Here's one, Boyd Cat. They've got a 2015 model. Let's see, it's got a
1,700 hours on this.
1768. Yeah, option is 75,000. Let's see, this is a lease purchase option. And then they have a rental rate. Machines in Pikeville. Powertrain hydraulic warranty through 9/22 of 25.
Wilson doesn't have a used one, just to tell you, with a cab on it, all they have is open ROPS. You buy a new one with everything we asked for options, $133,500. 60-month lease option payment, $2,619 a month.
So a brand new one is 130?
133?
133.5. Full machine coverage, 2 years or 2,000 hours. You can purchase an additional 36 months, 1,500 hours, whichever occurs first here.
Won't give us some exact, y'all better take it.
That's four-wheel drive.
This is just me, but I don't like the cat idea. That machine will be 10 years old next year.
Yeah, 15 machine.
Yeah.
Well, here's a,
Well, I mean, the warranty that those offer ain't even a year.
We can buy an extended warranty with the cat machine. The cat machine, the lease purchase option is $75,000, to buy it outright, $71,000.
What, say it again?
The lease option is $75,000, if we buy it outright, it's $71,000. It comes with it's got a 1-year warranty up that's on it, that's on it for now for till 25. We can add a 4-year warranty to it, but it's up to 2020. Till 2025, we got a 5,000 hour warranty on it, it's a cat machine.
That's a cat machine?
It's a cat machine, full cab, IT machine so the front bucket drops off, the front bucket's a 4-in-1 bucket, it's got a hydraulic thumb on the back, cab 4-wheel drive.
This one, this is put in there for the case as a 4-in-1 bucket, but it's a pin-on style.
Yeah.
So they don't have no quick attach on here, and I know, I'm sure Zach like, I don't know if they don't have that.
I told them that we didn't necessarily want that, it wasn't something we needed, so leave it off, especially if there's gonna be,
But we can get them a set of forks and put eyes on the 4-in-1, 4x set of forks.
What's the monthly payment on that lease?
it's $25.20.
Now, is that lease to own?
Yes.
It all
Does it
goes
say how many months?
So this is 100% of the rent applies, this is a rent to own, what this is on the cat. 100% of the rent applies for the first 8 months, and 75% of the rent applies after the 8 months. The rent rate is $25.20 per month. And Spencer County provide insurance, and the machine, like I said, is in flight, they'll have to bring it down there to us.
That's 29 months, a little over, almost 30 months.
Just me. 1,700 hours, like a lot of hours, ain't it?
No, backhoe,
No, backhoe, I don't know what they're gonna be doing with it too, so.
How much is their extended warranty, the 5-year warranty?
We didn't get into that yet. Oh, it's just right here, it's optional. Added powertrain hydraulic warranty is 36 a month, 3,000 hours, it costs $55.70. And we'll cancel out the current warranty.
55.70.
Additional for another 3 years.
Oh, you pay $55.70 a month?
$5,000.
Oh, the total.
Over the 3 years.
What's yours say?
okay, this is John Deere, it's got 1,892 hours on it, it's a 31 old SL, 24-inch bucket with thumb, JD's name 4-in-1 bucket loader, powertrain and hydraulic extended warranty through February the 27th of 25 for 4,000 hours, whichever comes first. $3,600 a month rental. Have we rented this piece up there? Because it says rental applied 21.6.
If we do a rent to option.
Right. So the purchase price is 104,292.
How many hours is on now?
1892.
That's 104.
104 minus 21.6. It says rental applied. Balance on 82,692.
Well, that's got the highest monthly rental payment on it.
You can decipher that better than I can.
Yeah, but it's 104,000 and the cap is only 80-something.
The cat's 75.
Pardon me, 75.
75, no,
Yeah.
outside. Or, but if it's 75 is the rent to own option, if we decide to buy it outright, it's 71,000. we wanna start a check today and have that brought down.
And then if you add the extended warranty, it's
Yeah,
76 something.
So which one do you think is better equipment? Cat or John Deere?
I'd buy a cat over a deer any day myself, if I was buying it for me, but
I would too.
just availability parts.
It's all right here, close, you can go to Blank and Baker and pick up what you can do with the John Deere too, because John Deere's.
A lot of times you wait for parts, but
Was it a, is it Brandeis?
I see a lot of times.
No,
you
Brad,
wait for parts.
it's what you can be,
Yeah.
right, or need there on Blank and Baker. But, Cat's out there at Blank and Baker.
Yeah, this other one's in where?
That's Wilson out there by, that's on Blank
It's
and
in the
Baker.
industrial park, it's on
Oh,
Washington.
is it?
But
I
it's,
said it was in Pikeville or something.
Well, the machine, the
That's
cat
where the
machine is in
backhoe
place.
set.
Yeah, the only thing with this one, they says that, the 401 bucket would have to be ordered, but it doesn't say how long you have to take. It just says it has to be ordered.
these two are used machines, that's gonna be a brand new machine.
And how much was the new one?
133.5 or 60-month lease payments at 26.19.67. I don't know what that adds up to.
Well, I mean, what do you think is the best option?
I think the Cat's the best option. in my
The one that you've got?
For what we're doing. If we were,
Yeah.
How many hours are you gonna put on this machine here roughly?
yeah,
I can't imagine them putting 4 or 500. I don't see 400 being put on.
I would say about.
How many hours on a JCB right now?
I don't know.
So it's $60,000 cheaper.
It's half price,
Yeah,
roughly.
so,
But the payment, I mean,
The payment ain't that bad.
payment on a new one
Ain't that bad.
ain't
but it's
just that
a
bad.
5-year payment, that's a 3-year payment, 30-month payment.
So it adds up, at 60 months, it'd be $157,180.
Yeah.
Finance would be 20,000, roughly.
I just don't see putting 133,000 into something that's only gonna use 400 hours a year.
Yeah.
No, it's not,
now-
it's not a main piece of equipment that they use every day.
Well, there's, I don't disagree with that at all, but there's a couple of ways to look at this. You get a good used piece or a new piece, they should have it 20 years. And they've had that JCB one, what, 25 years.
Well, the thing is though, it's like, compared to the new machine, I look at it like, you know, the biggest thing that you're getting with a new machine is that big warranty that goes out many years. But the thing is, they ain't gonna have it wore out when anything's failing after it's out of warranty anyway, so that's just cut null and void.
What, the $5,500, what does that make the warranty?
3-year warranty, three years.
It's $100 and something a month.
So you
It's
just
less
get it
than
at 3
$200
years.
extra a month.
And what does it come with? Not really much of anything if you don't pay that extra.
It comes with a 5,000 hours, or it ends in
Is
September.
there any pictures of this machine?
Yeah. It ends in
I think
September.
there's some pictures in there.
Yeah, they sent me pictures of it.
Now, something we can do, the equipment committee could take these bids and make a recommendation at another meeting. Of course, it'll be depending on the outcome of our sale. We also need to discuss,
How to pay for it.
well, we have to work it out with Doug on how to pay for it. So, I mean, I wouldn't recommend we vote to buy one today. But,
So you might bring back tires.
and then, but we need to decide on the one we got up there, what we're not gonna take. You know, what's it need to bring?
I think if we buy one, we should probably buy that because I can't see them buying a new one. And, I mean, they won't wear that thing out in 20 years.
I agree that, I mean, and
Looks like
buy the
we could
extended
say-
warranty with it.
Rubber
and
ones.
I only know that I do that because you only get 3 years and then you gonna put that many hours on it.
That's 5 years, extended warranty.
I mean, 400 hours, I mean, you get another 2 years out of them tires, right?
36 months, it's in the warranty.
Yeah. It's only 3
6
years.
months, okay.
3 years.
I mean, that backhoe there is who operates and how you take care of it is a big thing. I mean, that thing will run flawlessly for probably 8,000 hours. If it's took care of. If you never grease it or never change the oil and, you know.
It'll be dirty as hell and smell like an ashtray in about 10 hours.
It needs service and stuff. You don't have to worry about that.
But that's coming out of the rental fleet too, so that's had cat oil, cat parts, cat everything. It's not something we're buying a used piece, but we're not buying a used piece from John Blue, down there in the government, that's coming out from CAT, that CAT, everything goes back on or needed. And the thing about the rent-to-own option with this is, so like if something happens, of course, under warranty, but say like the air conditioner goes out or something silly that's not covered under the warranty, they take care of it. Depending on what the price of it is, like if it's a complete failure or whatever, they might add some of that back on at the end of the term, but, I mean, so pretty much as long as we do the rent-to-own option through them, we ain't gotta worry about it as far as taking care of it, fixing it and all that.
So even though so if we're still renting, but it's not under warranty, they're gonna fix it? Is that what you're telling me?
Pretty much, yeah. So basically, as long as we're doing the rent-to-own option to pay for it, the powertrain, the warranty it's got on it covers itself. So anything that happens that's under the warranty, obviously somebody took care of it, something that isn't under the warranty, say it's not.
Oh, you're saying anything that's outside the warranty, that's not power?
They'll take care of it and just add it on the end of the lease.
So,
Well,
so they're not gonna take care for it, we're paying for it in the end.
We are, but I mean, it's, we're trying to figure out how to make it work and not, and the thing about this other two is it's, it turns out so what, if we get this thing and say in 2 months it's the biggest lemon or whatever, biggest piece of crap or whatever, we send it back to them and they find us another machine.
Do they provide maintenance, like monthly?
No, we'll have to do degrees and the whole.
They don't do any of that on the
We'll have to
lease?
make sure of that.
So we do all of our own PDM.
Well, we need to push this to the next meeting anyways, but
I mean, I think that's gonna be what the recommendation from the equipment committee's coming from, since the three of us are
Probably to pursue
the
the cat machine.
Yeah.
Well, I think the news out there quick.
If we want to, I can have the thing brought in and we can check it out before we make a decision, if that's what y'all want to do, it's up to y'all.
That'd be a good idea.
I think the equipment committee could just ride down to Caterpillar and look at it.
I ain't going to Blackville to look at it.
Oh, it's at the
It's in
Pikeville.
Pikeville.
I'm not going to Blackville to look at it.
Yeah, me neither.
It can be brought up here and we'll go down there and cat and look at it. I'm fine with that. I'll go down there when I'm picking up parts, but
That's what I was saying, I need to go to Cat already.
I'm not going to Blackville to pick up parts in town, so.
I concur.
So, would it be?
I mean,
I think we all,
if that's so basically, if that's gonna be the direction we're gonna be headed towards, if that's what we're trying to push to get through maybe in the next meeting or the first of the year, I can tell John to go and have that thing shipped up here so we can ride out and look at it. Like, I know it's like the tires and stuff, and we're trying to push to get some new tires put on it.
I'd run it.
And I'd like to do that too. but-
I mean, if we got it, I'd just run it with the tires it's got on.
Well, unless he can get him to put tires on.
Oh, if you get them,
No
tires on,
added,
yeah.
yeah, no added cost.
Yeah, go for that.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, yeah.
The only thing that I have to say, I think if we're gonna buy one, that's the best option out of the three, but do we
I don't
need to own a backhoe?
Well, you heard me say at the last meeting, I said, I don't think they need one. But
I think they need one at certain times, but I don't know if the need is
justifies
owning
buying
it, or, if you gotta call 8 times a year to rent one,
Well, this is kind of the way I look at
and
it.
there's not one available one of them
What's the
times.
main job function that they require a backhoe for?
2 men take off. One's driving the backhoe, one's in the truck. They drive all the way out to my place and clean all the culverts out after a big rain.
Don't have to have a CDL driver,
Don't have to haul
don't
it,
have to haul it.
they drive it.
Drive it. The other big thing to it is the backup, it's brand new, but if it was to go down or have an issue, blow out tire, we're in the middle of loading soft or whatever, we got the skid steer, but it's not as quick, not as effective. During the storm event, they got 3 pieces now that they can run out and conquer an event, and they ain't paying a lease, and yeah, FEMA reimburses us for renting equipment, but they reimburse us for owning equipment too, when the equipment ours, so.
Right.
But then again, I only gotta pay the rental during the course of the cleanup of the event.
Well, the
so
thing about it is,
payment
you
for next storm.
think we have a big storm event up here, we have something that like happened in North Carolina, and every piece of equipment that you can think of is going out and getting something done, we have that happen here, we're not getting a backhoe.
And then we have an event that's not as big as a FEMA event, but all the culverts are stopped up and there's bridges need to be cleaned off down on Roberts Road and Mike Brown Lane. You can take this out, they work in that area, they get in the pickup truck, they go home, the next day they come back, the backhoe's there. You know, whereas if you were to have one rented, you know, it probably wouldn't be practical to rent one to do a smaller job, even though this is the most practical piece of machine to do it. Because without this, you gotta haul the excavator.
And the biggest thing, man, there's nothing wrong with hauling the excavator, but the big thing that everybody needs to remember, we need to work on that or figure something out about that. But the biggest thing is that we only got 2 people up there that's got a Class A CDL to drive that semi, one of them is ready to retire. So,
Well, I think you need to be practical. If they're going to your house to do something, they ought to put that backhoe in a trailer.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
disagree.
if there's a 10-mile radius or 5 miles, once you're out there, drive it around, but, I mean, one of them
Unless the other crew is up there in your area cleaning culverts.
But I think that comes around to like, operational, like, you know, somebody can run out there and drop that off, and then the guys can show up later, like, we don't have, like,
Well, I don't disagree.
I don't know how this.
I don't disagree.
2 guys
but-
ride in the truck that's hauling the excavator, 2 guys ride in the truck to meet, you know, just,
Yeah, not always,
4 times a
not
night.
always.
Do we have a trailer to fit on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they got a little boy up there.
And ideally, yes, if versus driving it that far, you would haul it, yeah.
You'll run the tires off of it in a year.
Well, but a lot of times, you know, after a pretty big rain, and the first rain of the fall, all the leaves, all the limbs that lay there all year get washed to the culverts. You know, they'll go out and they'll be just cleaning culverts everywhere.
If you
You
could
can
get
do it with 2 men.
you know, you talking this kind of money, I think that James Franklin said that, I think you get one of them freaking Macalax for like 120.
Yeah,
That's like track hole, skid steer, it's all tires, you can
it
drive
looked
down
to
the road.
me like a hydraulic nightmare.
Oh, a great all?
Mount Washington says they love hers.
A great all?
No, it's a Macalax. It's, no, it's like, it's got 4 wheels on it, but it's a track hoe on 4 wheels, but it's got a big push blade that can be switched out with a bobcat bucket, and it raises up, the arm goes up, it articulates and turns and goes all the way around.
it's on wheels.
It's hard to explain it, Zach. Can you
No,
help
it's
us?
like a drag all, but it's on wheels.
Four-wheel steering?
It's a, yeah.
Who makes it?
It's a track on cat, it's a cat track on tires. Is what it is.
But it's got a more articulable boom.
That's just the head got heat that to get on it, but.
I gotta tell me, if you can't pronounce it, don't own it.
Yeah, that's what,
Was it?
I've been doing this my whole life.
If you can't pronounce it, don't own it.
Well, I can pronounce it, it's called Macalax.
All right, if you can't spell it, don't own it.
Anyway,
Okay, well, maybe it's over there.
So, on this, so I think we're kind of in agreement on, but,
So then the money,
get,
yeah.
a budget consideration on it.
We'll have to get a budget consideration.
We'll,
Yeah.
And is that for 5 years? Or what's the term
for
on that?
30, it's little, it's,
The extended warranty is 36 months.
Now, what's the lease to own option payments?
The way I have them set it up, that we can push this out for everybody, just for them just to give me per month, it's not gonna change, it's gonna be 25 to 20 per month.
How many months?
What'll change, depending on how we do this, like the first 8 months, 100% of the 25-20 will be applied to us purchasing this.
Right.
If we wanna push it out further than that, then 75% of the rent, the rent would go to the purchase price of this.
Yeah, but right now, how it's set up, how many months are you paying that?
Yeah, 8 months.
8 months?
8 months,
Got 25 something?
25-20, 8 months.
20,
That don't add up.
No.
Well,
No.
and
The way
then
I did it,
changes.
the way I told everybody to do it was set it up from, say, December 1st to July 1st, when our fiscal year came in. We could re-budget the money during our budget sessions to have the money to do the payoff. That's why I did the 8 months.
oh, okay, so
That'd look good
you're
idea.
gonna do a 1-year lease, but the amount that,
We can extend it out. Right now, I got it set up so it's
We're just gonna pay about 20 grand towards it, and
We'll
then,
pay till July 1st, and then we
budget to pay
negotiate.
off, yeah, to pay it off.
Oh, okay.
okay.
All right,
I
I'm
did
with
that
you
because,
now.
yeah, I
I'm
did
with
that
you.
because we don't have the money to do a payoff right now.
Yeah,
So you just did the terms until July 1.
If we want to go out further, we can. I just that way to give us a number. The 25-20 per month does not change, it just,
The percentage of what's paying straight towards the purchase.
I can get, if we wanna go out further, we can.
Well, right now, we're getting pretty much a 0% interest-free loan for 8 months, and then
Yeah, and I think I can get that, I think I can get it pushed to a year on that if we wanted to.
That bid is good for 30 days, when does that?
I'd say it's been gonna be good for a while, because I've been working this for,
All right,
And what's the warranty on it?
we good kicking it till January?
I'm gonna call it and say.
Okay.
Warranty on it,
I don't think we
it's
should
only
do
till
that.
February of next year, but then you get the extended warranty.
Well, if we plan on owning it for any length of time, I probably, it's already got 1,700 hours on it. I mean, it's not like it's new. I mean, I wouldn't get it if it was new.
It's only
a lot of
it's
hours.
$100 and something extra a month for the extended warranty. I don't
You
guess.
don't think that's a lot of hours?
No, backup? No.
Yeah, they're not like skid loaders.
Well, my thing is, it's like, it's not, I ain't worried about like the powertrain, it's all the little
I'm
business.
getting ready to try to buy
Like
one
AC
here pretty
start,
soon.
goes out,
$1,000
sensors start failing,
Oh,
that's usually what happens.
10,000.
Still running good? You know, I ain't worried about the engine or transmission, but it's all the piddly shit that starts acting up at 2,000 hours.
Y'all don't forget, we're in the meeting, being recorded now.
All right, so we just need to table this to the next meeting? We gotta do that anyways, right?
I mean, we got the right, we can make a motion to pursue the cat bid. I think we'll do that.
The contingent on getting adequate financing.
I'll make a motion that we go with the cat, and we just defer it until our next meeting in January to make a final decision.
You know, and get arranging how we're gonna pay for it.
Yep.
Second.
Do we want some more options on the financing, if I can get it pushed out for 12 months to 8 months?
I'd say get everything we can
Yeah,
get.
get all the different options.
We get a new set of tires, and we wanna keep the old ones.
So I seconded.
Okay, all right, who made that motion? Is that Jim? Motion by Jim, second by Dan, to pursue purchasing the cat backhoe and contingent upon financing arrangements being acceptably met. All right, any discussion? All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes. All right, we will work on that. Now, what we all wanna do with the backhoe we're selling.
I would just say sell it myself, but
I would put it in an absolute auction and just sell it absolutely.
All right,
I don't think I'd try to put a reserve on it.
okay?
whatever it brings up there, it's on proxy bid. If you bring it home and try to sell it, you might get $200 more, or you might not get it sold.
Yeah, it's on the internet, and I just let it go.
Yep, I mean, and there, it is an big equipment auction. There'll be a lot of lookers.
It's the best time to sell it, is this auction.
So, all right, well, that takes care of that. Gillett Road, we don't have to take any action. I got a guy going home, just bush hog and weed eat it for $4.50. I just told him to go on and do it, so I took care of that. Any questions on any of those three before we get into Julie and the zoning regulations? All right, you're up, Julie.
Okay, I'm all set right
And
here.
you're welcome to sit there.
We have a few.
And do you all have them on paper, and y'all got a pen where we can do the striking and so forth? All right. And you can start wherever.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start with the first one. So we've got proposed ordinance number 6 fiscal year 2024-25 series, repealing the existing definition of agricultural uses and creating a new definition for agricultural uses per KRS 100.111 and adding definitions for alcohol, brewery, craft distillery, microbrewery, small farm winery, tasting room, and winery to Article 1, Section 102 of the Taylorsville, Spencer County zoning regulations to become effective on the date of final adoption. That recommendation comes to you by motion of Commissioner Mudd to recommend to repeal Article 1, Section 1022 of the zoning regulations pertaining to the definitions for agricultural uses. That was seconded by Commissioner Osborne. After roll call vote, motion carried. Then Commissioner Deacon made a motion to recommend amending Article 1, Section 102 of the zoning regulations, creating a new subsection 2 definition for agricultural uses per KRS 100.111, and adding definitions for alcohol, brewery, craft distillery, microbrewery, small farm winery, tasting room, and winery. Commissioner Fowle seconded that motion. After a roll call vote, motion carries.
All right, if y'all are good, I'll just walk us through each one of these as we go. You all don't have the pages, numbers on the bottom, correct? All right, and Julie, help us out here. Basically, I had some questions about this myself, and I was trying to look at the KRS, and I think the KRS that you made reference to is planning and zoning, the 100.111.
Yes, that is the definition for agricultural.
Yeah, in planning and zoning.
Yes.
And so number 2, where it says Article 1, Section 102 definition, number 2 is we're striking that language, and you're replacing it with the language in A. Is that pretty much what's happening?
So anything that is struck through is what I'm taking out on this one,
Yeah.
and we're adding what is underlined.
And I guess my question is, so what's stricken is what's currently there.
Yes.
Does it hurt to not strike that and just include this? Because there's a lot of difference. You know, like the last line here says farm buildings for storing protected farm machinery. That's not in the new language.
And that's because it's not in the statute. That is strictly out of the statute.
Well,
So when they rewrote KRS 100.111, the definition for agricultural, that went away, and the new is what I have put in here.
so what is old is what used to be in the KRS.
Yes.
Is the new, this number 1, or am I missing something?
Which one?
I mean, this was agricultural use, we're talking
So
about construction. What is the new one?
You just changed it to match the current KRS, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
This A,
Yes,
This is the new
yeah.
stuff.
A to B.
A is the new.
But-
Whatever I underlined is what's new.
I think the takeaway is that what they did here is they just made it match the KRS. They didn't really change anything from the KRS, that's just the new KRS.
Exactly.
But, you know, where I'm going with that is when somebody comes into your counter and has a discussion about the buildings, the new KRS, you know, all it says is you can't include residential building development for sale or lease. It doesn't clearly define farm building.
Well, there's another-
Protected farm machinery.
There's other definitions for building on down. I don't know if that helps your concern.
Well,
I mean, you're still allowed to have your buildings on your agricultural.
I guess my biggest takeaway is that what does it hurt to leave them both in there, both
Because
definitions?
The
One is
KRS,
what the KRS currently
they
says.
took it away from us, so it's gone.
No.
The first one is gone,
Okay,
and the new is what they adopted.
so why did we even have this in here and it all strike?
Just to show
Because
what.
the KRS changed.
Because I'm showing you what
When did it change?
it's a two-part thing. We have, anytime you've got something in zoning regulations and it has to go away, you have to repeal it. So I'm showing you what struck through is what we are repealing. We're taking that out because it's no longer law. I mean, they changed it in statute, so we're changing it in our book to match the statute.
Corey, would it be your opinion that these regulation definitions match what's defined in KRS?
I can pull up the KRS, but I mean, that.
yeah, this letter A is
They
quoting
said that they were
word for word the KRS.
verbatim, and I know I looked for that last night, I can pull it up right now.
Well, I mean, I guess, as far as changing like what our specific regulations is, that's one thing, but I think as far as how things are specifically defined, they should match the definitions that are listed in KRS.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts to have it match the statute.
I just think it gives you a more solid legal ground to stand on.
Oh, no, I heard the additional definition, huh?
Well, hang on.
Not that long, though, it doesn't matter.
This is just a definition for agricultural uses. Where's what I think what he's looking for would be under your permitting of ag one. So like, I come in, I'm gonna build me a barn, on my farm out there, I need to get a ag permit. Where's that definition at over here? Is that, I know it's in here somewhere, but that's not what we got in front of us right now. What we got right now in front of us is just the definitions of what,
That's just the definitions for the whole book.
yeah, what everything is. So that's just the definition of what agricultural use is.
Well, it says building on that, number 8, any
Right.
structure constructed for use of residence, business, industry, or other public or private purposes.
That's in any zoning class. It's not just agricultural class, it's in any zoning class with the definition of what this is, correct?
Right. I mean, we're not taking away the ability for you to have buildings in agricultural.
Yeah.
You know, you still have your buildings and structures and things. You know, like I said, all we're doing is trying to stay like we've always been as far as if there's a definition in statute, we like to
And that's,
copycat that. You know, we wanna make it, it needs to match.
and that's what was done Monday with like the, tourism commission ordinance, which just changed the track language in the statute.
Basically, just what they have, what we're matching up. All this all right here in front of us, it says, if you go on through there, it says building permit, building principal, camping trailer, dump, dwelling, garage, private, it's just a definition of each one of those. Whenever you go down there to Julius at the Pet Farmer Nest and say, I need a permit to build me a 40 by 100 machinery shed, I need that permit, that's when that definition of what that use is gonna be, is in the permitting section of that, I think.
So if you strike that language out, where in here does it define what he just said?
It'd be under the permitting.
Well, you probably don't have that part, because all you all have are the parts that we're making changes to. So, I mean, you have to have the zoning regulations as a whole in front of you to see how everything is written throughout the whole book.
Oh, you don't.
Well,
But I mean, just because it's not in the definition, doesn't mean we're taking the ability to have, you know, farm buildings or machinery sheds or anything like that.
but I mean, well,
Because
Is
that's part of your operation of your farm. I mean,
but we both know that a lot of times, and everyone knows, you know, look 20 years in the future, if it's not spelled out, someone may have an opinion. Whereas it is farm buildings for storing and protecting machinery and equipment and housing livestock is spelled out. Is it still spelled out if we take this language out? Is it still spelled out? If it's not still spelled out, then I think it'd be a mistake to strike this, at least that last half of that paragraph.
I mean, what I can do, I can go there and grab a laptop and I can pull up, or, I don't know if you want to do it. The Spencer County website has got all of our zoning regulations listed. And when you go strictly to the, article for agricultural, it tells you agricultural, it has agricultural uses listed.
Okay, yeah, it does, you're right.
It's not gonna
It
take it
does.
away, yeah, I have a hard time explaining it. It's not gonna take it away from you that you can do it. Like I said, this is just making our definitions match statute.
I mean, I think the new one says including but not limited to livestock products, you know.
Oh, well, when I told him no, I don't even know that's the part. Is, when you get into each zoning class though, it tells you what you're allowed.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what he's thinking. If you have the whole article of agricultural, it's gonna tell you, you know, farm uses.
That's what that is, that's ag one.
Okay, so you printed Ag 1.
But this is not changing this,
No,
the Ag 1?
no.
It's just-
No, this
it's
is just your
changing
definitions at the front of your
definition
book.
What agricultural uses is in the book. It's not changing how you permit it.
Okay. All right, I just don't wanna create a scenario where down the road, somebody comes in here wanting to build a horse barn or a chicken house,
No.
and we
Why is
don't
it-
know.
The new one, like if you see subsection C, and this may just be my ignorance, but it says for additional activities involving horses, see KRS 100.111. Why is that in there? Ain't
Because,
this definition 100.111?
well, because KRS .111 is pages after page after page after page
Oh, but we're just
of all
saying
kinds
what's
of
changed.
definitions.
We're seeing the summary.
Why does it spell the horses out just separately?
Because it has things listed.
Stage.
But they have,
Well, I
yeah,
imagine most livestock's different, like cows and
Well, horses have a different definition. If
Yeah.
it's a pleasure horse at your house and y'all, and family rides it, everything's taxable. But if you breed horses,
Yeah.
or you use them for work, then it's not taxable.
But
I got
that's,
that cows or something.
that is something that they changed too, is in the definition of the horses. You got a lot of stuff you can do with equestrian now. You know, you can train horses, you can do riding stables, you can do all types of things now
Yeah.
that used to wasn't listed.
We're off to a hell of a start for that hour.
No, we're good. These others will be pretty routine. All right, so I guess my next question is down, we don't have any strikes or additions yet. So going on down, everywhere that alcohol,
Do we need to pass this as we go? Would that be easy?
it'd be this whole
Maybe just- Are
document.
y'all in agreement, I guess?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll just like, so, like I said, what I took out is struck through on number 2, underlined the A, B, and C, it matches statute.
Yeah.
The next one that we're adding in, that was the only one that was changed. We added new ones.
This other is
So
new
number
language,
3 is all underlined alcohol, straight out of statute.
Okay.
Number 7, brewery definition, straight out of statute. Next page, you get number 18, craft distillery, 19, distilled spirits or spirits. All of those, the definitions come strictly out of statute. Same for distillery, which is item number 20. Item 35, malt beverage. 37, microbrewery. I mean, like I said, just anything where the whole set of verbiage there is underlined is what we added. And then, small farm winery is number 46. 50 is tasting room, 51 is winery. That's the only changes that were made.
And every one of them are straight out of KRS.
Yes,
Every one of them are just definitions of what those are.
it's just definition of what that word means.
So,
Okay, like some brewery, look at number 7, brewery. Then, number 37, microbrewery.
Mhm.
So-
Before we dive into that too much, I'll say, we can be, all these, and I think all these definitions, we can still strike them out and change them, but we can't be less relaxed.
We can only be more stringent.
We can only be more. So,
Yeah.
This is about,
Right.
you want to change something that's been hard.
So a brewery is very large scale, where a microbrewery, you will see, it's not to exceed 15,000 barrels calendar year.
See, that seems pretty big to me. Because, see, 15,000 barrels is big, it's a class A distillery.
But
Because
it's
the class
that's
B, I
definition by
know.
statute. so-
Okay, all right, well, I'll give you that.
Distilleries versus breweries. Two different ones. No. He was talking about difference between
Okay, number 46, small farm winery. All right. That's production of not less than 250 gallons? Okay. No, I'm not.
So they're not considered a winery at all until they get
To 250 gallons.
They're just somebody playing around doing their own little thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
they get-
Well, there's lots of folks make homemade wine, you know.
So once they hit that 250 gallon, then they're in the small farm winery category.
Okay,
But they also then can't go over 500,000 gallons in a year.
yeah. so
So
be
then that
small
takes them
farm.
into a full-blown winery.
And then 51 talks about winery.
That's actual winery, over 500,000 gallons a year.
Is that what that means? Over?
Yep.
Wonder why I didn't include over 500,000.
Because it's defined as small farm, like you realize that you're like, if I'm doing 600,000, okay, well, small farm doesn't apply to me, I'm just wondering why. You gotta read it.
Yeah, you would think though they would put that, I would think you would put that in there myself.
Well, it's got the same KRS 24101
Yeah.
in both of them, so.
You know,
I mean,
we
if you
don't
wanted
have
a
any
very
changes.
strict, definition, it could go on for pages for each one. I mean.
Well, it's just
and
kinda like,
It's just small,
that's kinda like how KRS is written, it's like burglary, first, second, third, it's all under burglary, but you have to read through it to see which one fits.
You need a motion just to approve ordinance number 6, definitions.
Yes.
but,
How do you want to do it?
yes, I mean, because what it will be doing is you're repealing, just like it states, you have the cover sheet?
Well, basically, we're accepting the planning and zoning recommendations if we don't make no changes to this document.
I make a motion to accept the recommendations of planning and zoning definitions on ordinance number 6.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Will, seconded by Mike, to accept the planning and zoning recommendations on the adjustments to the definition of agricultural uses according to proposed ordinance number 6. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, motion carries. So that one is done with no changes.
So next, we have proposed ordinance number 7, fiscal year 2024-25 series, amending Article 3, Section 300.3M of the Taylorsville, Spencer County zoning regulations regarding conditional uses allowed in the Ag 1